Millions of people across the central U.S. are bracing for another round of severe weather.
What authorities are calling a multi-day, life-threatening storm across multiple states.
Tonight, parts of the Midwest unrecognizable.
We know now that at least 21 people are dead after a severe storm outbreak that produced several tornadoes across the Midwest.
Nearly 1,000 tornadoes have already ripped through parts of the U.S. in 2025. These tornadoes have been found outside of the typical tornado alley, located from northern Texas to South Dakota. We spoke to an expert to find out more about Tornado Alley's dangerous shift eastward.
In terms of the total number of tornadoes across the country, actually the annual frequency is relatively constant. But speaking of the location where the tornado happens, actually it is shifting, the hotspot is shifting.
For tornadoes to occur, they need moist, warm air close to the ground to clash with cooler, dry air higher up in the atmosphere. When these factors meet in a thunderstorm, tornadoes are likely to form.
You can think this is kind of we boiling water, so when we heat water from the bottom, the water becomes unstable. It creates a so-called convection in the atmosphere. As a result, the tornado happens.
In the past few years, these environmental elements are being met further southeast in what's known as Dixie Alley. But why? The answer isn't quite clear yet, but looking at other weather patterns may provide some clues.
So the linkage between the tornado activities as well as the climate change is not clear yet, so more studies should be done in this area. But for other storms, like the extreme precipitation, it has been more frequent and has an increasing trend in the past century, and this is because of the anthropogenic global warming. We have very robust evidence to show this.
But just as Dixie Alley recovers from a devastating tornado season, a new threat is emerging. A more violent tornado season paired with an increasingly early and tumultuous hurricane season. While tornadoes are dependent on an unstable atmosphere, hurricanes are, in short, caused by the temperature of the ocean's surface. Professor He's research shows that as anthropogenic or human-caused climate change causes the ocean's temperature to rise, hurricanes increase in frequency and severity.
My study published in Nature in 2023 shows that the hurricane activity in the past 80 years is modulated by the anthropogenic aerosol emissions. So it affects the cloud and affects the radiation over the ocean surface. So it changed the sea surface temperature. As a result, it changed the hurricane activity accordingly.
So if anthropogenic climate change continues, could we see hurricanes year-round with consistently warm sea surface temperatures?
During the past warm era, so like when the temperature could be like 15 degrees higher than present day, the hurricane could happens all year, and it can also travel to like the Arctic Circle. That is crazy.
Though the past tells us what hurricane patterns used to be like, it's not a foolproof system for predicting the future. There's a lot of factors that contribute to hurricanes, and some may counteract rising sea surface temperatures. That might lead to stability in hurricane activity. When asked what we can do to prevent further extreme weather events like the ones that we are seeing, Professor He simply said to prepare.
Get prepared for those kind of extreme weathers because it becomes more and more frequent.